Hi everyone, welcome to the vlog.
Hello people, welcome to the vlog.
On today's episode we're gonna talk about a few lessons learned and maybe a few mistakes that we did over the last year. Why? Because someone asked us this question online, right?
Yeah, on Facebook. Thanks for the question, by the way.
Cool.
It was a follow-up to our vlog about the 1 year anniversary, 1 year birthday thing. So the question was top 3 lessons, mistakes, insights from the last 1 year, and so we'll share them today.
Okay, now I can start.
Please do.
I came up with one right now.
Please do. Do you have 3 or do you have just 1?
Well, let's start and see how far it can go. There's probably more than that. Lesson 1: ideas cannot grow in isolation. It doesn't get more cliche than that, but it's true. Before DULO, at least, I've been trying always to do other things, more on the development side or consulting side, but usually would lose interest very easy, and after a couple of weeks or a month or so, when things become hard. For DULO, I shared it with you, and that's probably the best decision ever, because I convinced myself definitely over the past, not even 1-2 years, that working with a co-founder is super important. Not just to share the workload and all that, but just to evolve the idea and to put it out there. In addition to that, like, documenting this whole process lets us present our ideas to a wider audience, and as a result of that, our thinking changes as well. Because if you keep it only in your head, I think you're gonna miss out on a lot of good things that will come if you share your ideas with other people and collaborate on your ideas with other people. So that's one lesson from me.
Should we take turns then? Go
it's more interesting.
1 each. Okay. From my side, I think we could have simplified the launch in terms of, even though we had limited finances, given that we were self-funding it, we could have made smaller quantities, and we could have skipped the women's collection for now, and we could have skipped 3 of the 6 colors that we launched with, because data shows us that the most popular shirts for now are by far the white, the black, and the light blue. So we could have skipped an additional financial, I guess, commitment, and saved that for either the next collection or for marketing and anything really. And we could have made less quantities, because I think we overestimated the demand that we will have, and we shouldn't have, because we were launching to cricket, so we didn't have any audiences ourselves. We didn't have any platform and influence that we can leverage. So I think we overestimated that, but it's a good lesson going forward.
I'll follow up with another lesson. Start building your brand immediately. It's something that I think we've never really paid attention to until we actually were ready with our production run and started and opened for business, started selling. That's when we actually started to consider branding more seriously. Before that, we did a very rookie mistake. If you read a lot of startup books or just management or entrepreneurial books, it's written there that you cannot really avoid marketing or branding, but the rookie mistake that a lot of founders do is they focus a lot on the product at first, and I think that's something that we did as well. And that's still something that we're still figuring out, I have to say. It's taking a lot of tweaking, and it's taking quite a lot of time.
So you say branding should be prioritized? Yes,
I think you should start with that.
With the why, I guess, of the...
Yeah, and kind of have to think about it this way. You have to really know people, who you want to sell to, what do you want to sell them, why, what are you solving for them, and start from there. Then make the product, and then tell this story to those people who you think would be interested, or that they will need your solution. And I think we kind of have that, because our product comes from our own personal need that other people share as well after we talked about it, but I don't think we communicated that well about it. I think we kind of had the idea for ourselves, the justification, And then we started making the solution. And once the solution was ready, we had to tell the people instead of doing it the other way around or in parallel.
Solid one. Okay, my second one is that I'm glad that we didn't quit our day jobs and we went the kind of the slowest route of self-funding it and working on it on the side, which puts us in a very nice situation, not being having to rush to profits or anything like that, or looking for investment. Because if you look for investment, then you're kind of giving up the whole thing and kind of the whole idea why we built it. And then the other thing is that we can be really patient and we don't have a runway, which is basically unlimited for us right now, because we can still work our day jobs and do what we can financially and time-wise.
And we have all the inventory paid for and in stock.
Exactly. So there's no pressure financial on that side of things. And I think that's a really key point when it comes to being free to experiment, test stuff, and just not rush into things and think things over more thoroughly.
Nice. Well, I'll follow up with another lesson, my third one, I think. Be enough for this vlog.
It's the second one, no?
No, it's the third one.
It's the third one.
Yeah. Things are gonna take longer than you expect. And you cannot really expect anything in the very beginning. I think when we started out, we had some ideas or expectations that were not justified or based on any real data whatsoever, and we very quickly found out that patience is going to be a key ingredient in this whole business thing and entrepreneurship. The more you look into that and you talk to other entrepreneurs, the more obvious it is that things take a lot of time. Sometimes a new idea needs a lot of time for it to grow and to pick up. So is the case with us. Things are taking longer, it requires a lot more patience. I think we've learned to be more patient for sure, and better at managing expectations. I think we've become much more comfortable to accept that we suck at things. And it's actually kind of nice and liberating, because it removes the pressure of you doing your own thing, basically. I think it just liberates you to experiment, to try a few things, and as you mentioned, tying up to your lesson, when you have the freedom kind of and stability, and so you don't have to worry really about incomes and deadlines that much, you can just operate calmly, and then it's easier to be patient as well.
Yep, good one. And my last one would be...
should be a very good one.
Well, no pressure. But I think that we could have started earlier with collaborations and partnerships. I think when we started, we just kind of thought that if you put content out there, the audience will kind of build up organically, which it does, but it's slower than if you partner up with someone. And for example, influencers or any other partnership. So we, I think, having said that, it's we're actually working on both those points right now. So that's a positive thing that we've proactively done something about, but we could have started earlier, I think.
Solid piece of information and advice for everybody who's starting something new. This is actually something that can probably go on our podcast as well.
Can put it on the podcast.
And a blog, and email, and all that.
Yeah, spread it out.
We can continue with more lessons next time.
Yeah.
Or turn this into two-parter, because it's very long.
Yeah, thanks guys, thanks for the question. If you have any other questions,
please
keep them coming.
Put
and
them here.
yeah, thanks for following.
Or whatever. Bye-bye. Hey guys, in our improvised studio here. If you enjoy this content,
subscribe, like, share, comment. Just tell someone.
Share our journey.